Speaker, Deputy Executive Mayor, Chief Whip, members of the Mayoral Committee, councillors, city manager, CFO, and executive directors, members of the public, and representatives of the media. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Speaker, it's a privilege to deliver my budget speech for the new elected term post the local government elections held in November 2021. The resilience of Drakenstein Municipality is tested and affirmed continuously. The downturn in the economy that was prevalent before the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, and just now we have a debate about the state of COVID-19 and the impact it's done, the lockdown regulation that limited economic activity and the conflict between Russia and Ukraine are just some of the factors that are causing inflation and interest in the rate hikes. Locally, it's mostly felt with the sharp increases in fuel, cooking oil, and wheat. The national fiscus is shrinking due to increased government debt. I want to say it again, increased government debt, resulting in reduction in national and provincial grants. It means less money. In these trying times, I urge the political leadership, senior management, and staff of Drakenstein to continue working as a unit to ensure excellent service delivery to our people. In my new term of office and in the interest of good governance, I thought it well to establish a new portfolio, governance and compliance. The allocated MNC will do oversight and governance and compliance activities, therefore supporting administrative effectiveness on a strategic level. This oversight is specifically in relation to internal audit, IDP, performance management, and risk management. To further enhance good governance, communication, and service delivery, a renewed focus will be placed on the role and responsibility of ward councillors. Just now we heard that only 20 to 30 people attending a training that is to the benefit of themselves. Where was these ward councillors? I will therefore introduce performance contracts for ward councillors, which will monitor and evaluate their functions as ward representatives. Furthermore, a revised management model was introduced and distributed to all councillors, clarifying the roles and responsibilities of the mayoral committee members, ward councillors, and ward committees on their interaction with the community and administration. 2021-2022 budget highlights and achievements. Speaker, my election manifesto reaffirms that all achievements and successes of the past 5 years are to be sustained and improved. It is also included in the following 3 key focus areas: good governance and financial management, service delivery and growth and development. One of our most recent and noteworthy achievements is the Green Drop Certificate Award. The National Green Drop Assessment evaluates the state and management of wastewater treatment. Drakenstein is the largest municipality of the top 3 performing municipalities in the 2021 National Green Drop Assessment. Let us now reflect on some of the highlights in the past 5 years. Speaker, Drakenstein Municipality for the 2020-2021 financial year received a 14 consecutive unqualified audit opinion from the AG. It also the 7th clean audit opinion that we received. As Executive Mayor, I am proud of these achievements, and I would like to thank the Deputy Executive Mayor, MMC's councillors, all councillors, the city manager, CFO, executive directors, and all staff for their contributions in achieving these outstanding results. You might give you a hand of applause. Secondly, renewable energy. Drakenstein was selected as one of our 4 municipalities in Western Cape to explore the feasibility of renewable energy as part of the Western Cape government's energy resilient program. A report in this regard was tabled at council recently. 3 financial ratios. Key financial ratio achievements include staff costs at 27.9% of the total operating budget, while the industry norm is between 25 and 40%. Water losses is 15.40%, while the industry norm is between 15 to 30%. And electricity loss is at 7.54%, while the industry norm is between 7 to 10. Number 4, project highlights and achievements. Furthermore, 4.1, budget allocation for Vlakland housing project to date have contributed to the servicing of 942 sites and the construction of 331 houses since implementation of the project. Let me say the following. We just discussed an issue around housing. And as we know, housing is direct a competency for national government and provincial government. And we can only build houses as we receive grants from national government. And you can only build so amount of houses as the grants you receive from national government channeled through the Western government. The construction of basic infrastructure service at Skoongesig with an estimated cost of 14.8 million. The construction of basic service in the formal settlements at a cost of 5 million. An estimated 18.6 million was spent on the upgrade of water and waterways systems at Paarl and Wellington. The capacity of Dalwading substation and Vlakland switching station were increased in order to supply the new Vlakland housing development at an estimated cost of 6.4 million. Upgrading and resealing of roads across Drakenstein at an estimated cost of 7.9 million. Upgrading of sidewalks at a cost of 2.5 million. The Oosbos Class 3 dual carriage way project from Berg River Boulevard to the Air 301 was completed with 20% contribution from the municipality out of a total cost of 196 million over the past 3 financial years. This project was largely funded by the Western Cape government as it is classified as a provincial road. Construction of traffic light and upgrade of intersections at Wellington Industrial Park on the Air 44 at a cost of 3 million has brought huge relief to all road users and minimize the risk of road accidents. 4.10, the upgrading of the Air 44 by the provincial government at a cost of 3.8 million. The construction and upgrading of sport facilities at Pelican Park, Fairyland, New Orleans, Boylo, Dalviusop, Fox Sports Stadium, Huguenot Tennis Club, and the Kraal at a cost of 8.5 million. These upgrades and construction are part of a multi-year phases to continuously enhance the standard of our facilities. Penn Street and Antonis Play swimming pools were upgraded in an estimated cost of 2 million. The upgrades entail extending the lifespan of our swimming pools and enhancing the standard and quality of our facilities to the public. Parks and playgrounds were upgraded in an estimated cost of 1.8 million. A special project revitalized the Upper Ritem and create a climate park was implemented to the amount of 3.5 million through the partnership with Neumarkt Municipality in Germany. An amount of 3 million was spent on construction of aprons around housing rental stock, and an estimated 1 million was spent on the Paint My Story project, which entailed repainting of rental stock and providing job for 21 community members. Public participation, and we did discuss it before this item. The draft IDP, draft budget related policies and the draft tariffs were tabled at the Council on 30 March 2022. Means these policies that we have adopted before this item was already in your position on the 30 March of 2022. Enough time to go through it. Speaker, for the second year, the municipality embarked on a series of open days which took on the format of interactive discussions where communities could directly engage with ward councillors and municipal departments to raise concerns and input on the draft budget, draft IDP, and draft spatial development framework. The 33 wards, as we know it, were clustered into 14 open day sessions over a period of 3 weeks from 6 to 26 April 22. In addition to the draft budget and IDP, were also advertised on all our online platforms for the community to provide input electronically or in writing. These comments are included in the budget item. In terms of communication, the communities were notified of these engagements through newspapers, advertisements, distribution in pamphlets, radio talks, loudhailing, Facebook, municipal website, SMS communication, and ward councillors. Comments received from the public. 9 written comments were received on the draft budget, which includes provincial IDP and budget assessment report. Detailed feedback to the comments is attached to the budget item as Annexure A. Speaker, the majority comments received were on the proposed tariff increases. This will be comprehensively dealt with when I discuss the new tariffs. Economic and financial overview. The South African economy is currently in distress, and the real GDP growth is expected to moderate to 1.7% in 2024. It is therefore important to note that even with the slow economic growth mentioned, Drakenstein Municipality is performing exceptionally well, although we don't want to believe it. The continued focus on revenue enhancement and protection, as well as cost containment initiatives, are yielding positive results, and we can see it. The improved financial sustainability ratios are reported in the MFMA monthly Section 71 report and confirmed by the INCA with the latest report on the municipality's long-term financial projections. One of the key revenue enhancement initiatives was a renewed focus on development and investment in Drakenstein. During the 2021-2022 financial year, almost 3,000 new residential opportunities, 38,000 and more square meters of new commercial development, and almost 32,000 square meters of new industrial development were granted land use development rights. Over and above the aforementioned land use rights applications for 370 new residential opportunities and almost 17,000 square meters of new commercial land is currently being processed. A total of 1,000, almost 500 building plans approvals were granted for the period from 1 July, Councillor Jacobs, 1 July until 21 to date. The total value of the approved building plans is approximately 2.3 billion. The approvals granted consist of the following: 1,269 residential building plans to the value of 1.79 billion, 78 commercial building plans to the value of 404 million, 38 agricultural building plans to the value of 53.7 million, 29 industrial building plans to the value of 52.4 million, and the remaining 24 building plans representing a variety of other uses such as institutional uses and minor building works to the value of 20 million rand. These developments are evident in the growth of the valuation role where were in 2017-2018 valuation role as implemented had a total property value of 55.9 billion. The 2021-22 valuation role as implemented represents a total property value of 71.7 billion. The aforementioned equates to a 15.8 billion, which includes new developments and growth in property value. This impact can also be seen in the growth of revenue received from services such as revenues and sanitation. Growth in the business and commercial sectors are creating much needed employment opportunities for the community. A total of 462 new job opportunities were created to date, and it is envisaged that a total of 2,661 new jobs will be created in Drakenstein. Capital and operating budget 2022-2023. Speaker, the total proposed budget for 2022-2023 financial year amounts to 3 billion rand, comprising of a 2.87 billion operating and a 130.6 million capital budget. To fund the capital projects, we recommend to take up, to not, yes, please quote me correct. Please quote me correct. To fund the capital projects, we recommend not to take up new external loans over the next 2 years. This will ensure that the current gearing ratio decreases to an estimated 53.8%. And in 2023, and to an estimated 41.7% in the 2024-2025 financial year, below the national norm of 45. Wow. Wow, Mauti. Wow, sing your song. Mauti, sing your song. Wow. Sing your song, Mauti. Sing your song. I will sing your song, Mauti. Sing your song. I will summarize the budget in terms of the following categories: expanded public works program, human settlements, water and sanitation, electricity, waste management, roads and stormwater, sport facilities, parks and cemeteries, tourism and economic development, general community projects, ward committee support, new initiatives and special projects, and financial assistance to the poor. Expanded public works, Speaker, it's important for us to facilitate creation of job opportunities and recruitment in a fair and transparent manner. In this regard, the EPWP aims procedures to increase control over recruitment, selection, and contract administration where implemented. The EPWP for 2022-2023 makes provision for approximately, listen carefully, 1,118 job opportunities at an estimated cost of 19.7 million. The national, listen carefully, the National Government Department of Transport and Public Works, EPW grant contributes, listen, 4.1 million, whilst Drakenstein contribute 15.6 million. Ja, in Afrikaans hulle vertel jou storie. The program will focus on the following projects: solid waste refuse removal and cleaning projects, community facilities like public toilets, swimming pools and sport fields, community buildings, resort, libraries, parks, and grass cutting, public safety projects like peace officers, security guards and firefighter training, cleaning and maintenance of stormwater system and catch pits, pump station, electrical substation, and general buildings, artisan training in the mechanical workshop, informal settlement plumbing and cleaning of toilets, maintenance of rental stock, and demolition of illegal structures. The rollout award project will ensure that a further 630 work opportunities could be created in a solid waste cleaning and parks maintenance projects in their respective wards. Human settlements. Speaker, housing will remain and is a national and a provincial government competency. Speaker, housing is and will remain a national and provincial government competency. In this regard, the grant allocation of, listen carefully, in this regard, the grant allocation of 47 million, only 47 for to use as Drakenstein, maybe only 47. Was awarded to the municipality for 2022-2023 financial year, which will be used to serve sites in Fairyland, listen, Sieslala, Carterville, and complete the planning for Bakweni, F557, Sarumpal East, and Samondium. In addition to aforementioned, an amount of 57 million will be spent directly by the provincial government on the Vlakkeland housing project. Listen, 57 million on the Vlakkeland housing project for the 2022-2023 financial year, which will assist in building 216 houses. What? 57 million for 216 houses. And Maudi are speaking of a backlog and a waiting list of 30,000. Wat dink die regering? During the new financial year, we will also focus on the following projects: improving the access to basic service at a cost of 3.2 million. Providing basic service at skoongesig emergency housing and at an estimated cost of 10.8 million, in maintenance of each municipal rental stock. Some of our rental stock has also been structurally damaged by fire. An amount of 3 million has provided for the maintenance of rental stock. Water and sanitation. Basic services that Draken must provide is clean drinking water and sanitation. We are budgeting 31.6 million for these services and will include the following: further refurbishment of Penn Street and Pump Station, 5.6 million. Replacement of water networks, 5 million. Upgrade and bulk water pipe system at Dromedare Street, 5 million. Upgrade and replacement of basic services, 2 million. Replacement of equipment for water and sanitation service, 6 million. Replacement of mechanical inlet screens, 2.9 million. And replacement of sewage networks, 5 million. Electricity. The 2020-23 budget makes provision for 29.9 million to cater inter alia for the following electricity infrastructure projects: replace of old equipment, 3 million. Increase existing medium tension network capacity, 1.8 million. Increase existing low tension network capacity, 1.8 million. Increase existing high tension network capacity, 2 million. Bulk electricity upgrade to the Vlakkeland housing project, 8.6 million. Palm Mid substation transform, refurbish, 6 million. Vandalism and theft, to our infrastructure, 3 million. And electoral infrastructure upgrade program, which will include electrification of informal settlements, 1 million. Cable theft remains a big problem with listen to this, Moutie. Listen to this, Moutie. Listen to this. Julle kan nie eers die polisie in beheer kry nie. Listen to this. Cable theft remains a big problem. We necessitated establishment of dedicated cable theft prevention task team. Financial losses suffered in the current year, die jaar, nie die een wat ons ingaan nie, die jaar, due to the vandalism and theft are in the excess of 6 million. Waste management. Speaker, waste management is a major challenge in Drakenstein, the district and the province. We have identified 35 illegal dumping hotspots, and various initiatives were implemented in this financial year to reduce illegal dumping, which include the following: a pilot project placing skips at 10 hotspot areas which are cleaned on a regular basis. 3 further mini drop-offs were constructed to provide waste disposal alternatives. The Untitled project was launched by appointing supervisors to keep the identified hotspots clean with the support of EPWP workers and the municipal collection services. And the War on Waste program is an ongoing initiative utilizing EPWP workers to clean specific problem areas on a scheduled basis. The following provision is made for waste management projects in the 22-23 financial year. 500,000 for purchasing street refuse bins to combat littering. 650,000 for the construction of mini drop-off facilities in high density and informal areas to provide a disposable facility in the communities. 4.5 billion for the construction of organic waste diversion infrastructure to comply with the new waste legislation, and 2 million for the purchasing of international organization standardization containers to transport waste between power refuse transfer stations and disposable facilities. Roads and stormwater, Speaker. A well-developed and maintained integrated road network providing for mobility of all transport sectors in support of integrated urban planning, economic growth and sustainable development is of utmost importance. Therefore, the maintenance of road and stormwater infrastructure are highly rated, and we provided 6.5 million for the 2022-2023 financial year. For these projects, the main projects catered for are the following: the resealing of roads, the upgrading of stormwater systems, the tarring of sidewalks, and the upgrading of traffic signals and provision UBS systems. The Western Cape Transport Project for the upgrading of Main Road 201 to a dual carriageway between the N1 and the Klipdrift Road will commence during May 2022. To this end, we will provide 20 million in the 2022-2023 financial year to the total cost of 196 million of the project. The majority of the funding will be provided by the provincial government. Sport facilities, parks and cemeteries. Speaker, the infrastructure of sport parks and cemeteries are also important focus areas in our IDP, and we provided 9.4 million for the 2022-2023 financial year. Special focus will be placed on phase development of the Kraal as a turnkey project. Phase 3 will commence in 2022-2023 financial year with the construction of the ablution facilities, changing rooms, and the connection of services. The main capital projects include the upgrading and construction of swimming pools and sport infrastructure, 6.2 million, and investing in much needed small tools and equipment to ensure maintenance can be done more effectively, 3 million. Tourism and economic development. Speaker, one of our key performance areas is to promote and facilitate economic development and tourism. The development of the port site has been identified as a key project to enhance tourism and economic activity. The aim is to develop the port into an integrated and multifunctional space that serves mainly as the tourism gateway to Paarl and the Drakenstein area. A call for proposals will be advertised during the first quarter of the new financial year for implementation of phase 1 of the project commenced in 2022. General community project speaker, general projects, programs, and initiatives that will be support and improve service delivery and living condition of our community in the next financial year are follows. 1, upgrading of our soup kitchens, 500,000 to ensure that the buildings are effectively equipped. Air quality monitoring equipment, 500,000 to ensure that air quality can be measured and reported where applicable. 3 personal vehicles and equipment, 4.2 million. And investing in information technology infrastructure, 4.1 million. Ward committee support. Speaker, to ensure visible change and larger impacts in wards through ward project, it was decided the ward allocation will be structured according to teams and consist of the following teams or projects: clean and green projects, support projects, safety projects, skill development, and community projects. Each ward committee is also receive a quarterly stipend of 750 assisting the ward council in the ward. New initiatives and special projects. Municipal court. We must remember, it still remains the ward councillor to serve his people. It's only an add-on to make it much easier for yourself. You must do your job. Your focus was on the polls. New initiatives and special projects. Municipal court. On 30 March 2022, the Minister of Justice proclaimed our facility at 60 Bredasstraat as a municipal court. A magistrate will be appointed by the Chief Magistrate in the Department of Justice in due course and will aim to be operational in the first quarter of 2022-2023. The new court will be underline the seriousness of bylaw contraventions and assist the municipality enforcing law and order in all earnest. Public safety. The Drakenstein Smart Safety Network is a partnership between Drakenstein Municipality, the Provincial Department of Community Safety, the South African Police Services, community-based safety organizations, and the private sector. The DSN provides a platform to work together and share information on safety and security incidents and threats in real time using cutting-edge technology. During the first 2 phases of the project, capital spending of 2.4 million was invested, which included the renovation of the central control room and expansion of smart technology. Phase 3 will focus on additional technology and communication equipment with safety partners. It will include the installation of CCTV cameras, security beams, alarms, security lights, and license plate recognition cameras at a cost of approximately 1.3 million. We have over 40 CCTV and LPR cameras monitoring all entrances to our city and providing valuable information to our municipal control room at 60 Breda Street in Paarl. I would like to recognize the contributions made by the following safety partners: Paarl Business Watch, Drakenstein Farm Watch, Subs Wellington and Paarl East Community Police Forums, and all neighborhood watches we will provide additional support to all neighborhood watches and have availed 660,000 in this regard. Traffic service also forms an integral part of law enforcement. Speaker and Council, I am proud to announce that we have introduced electronic motor vehicle registration system. Motor vehicle license can now be renewed from the comfort of your own home. The official opening of the Electronic Learner License Testing Center in Wellington was on 1st of June 2021. This is the first initiative of its kind in the whole of Western Cape. And therefore, we want to commend the Wellington or the Traffic Department for that matter. Social development, gender-based violence. Drakenstein Municipality declare war against gender-based violence against women and children in our society. We strongly believe that focus on gender-based violence must be 365 days throughout the year and not just a once-off campaign. Street people, the management of street people within the municipal area is a complex space and needs a holistic approach to manage it effectively. The municipality, in collaboration with the Department of Social Development, is in the process to finalize a memorandum of understanding to establish and manage overnight shelters in Wellington and Paarl. We firmly believe that this initiative will assist us in a structured way to restore dignity to the homeless in Drakenstein. Early childhood development centers. Speaker, our children are the future of tomorrow. Currently, we support 132 registered early childhood development centers covering our municipal area from Simonium to Sarum. Financial assistance to the poor. And I want to say financial assistance as well to the municipality as well. And I want us all to see it in that context. While everybody is screaming, everything for free, everything for free, everything for free, is there a national crisis where we are in a spiral when it comes to national debt? Our economy is not growing. Our grants is become lesser and lesser and lesser, but still we are screaming everything for free. And as a municipality, you need money to render the service or the excellent service we want to render to our people. Then you have to get a balance to ensure you have sufficient money in order to do that. But nevertheless, start thinking hard. And maybe you will see it in another way. Speaker, Drakenstein have 17,000 and more indigenous households on its database. We continue to assist our vulnerable households in line with our indigenous support policy. In an ongoing effort to assist the most vulnerable, it must be mentioned that Drakenstein indigenous support is in excess of national norm by almost 3 times compared to our neighboring municipalities. Beteken dat ons gee 3 keer meer as die nasionale norm. Beteken dat ons gee baie meer as die munisipaliteite rondom ons. Steeds sê ons doen niks vir ons mense nie. Do you know that the national criteria to become an indigent, you have to be a 20 amp must be in your household. 20 amp. We even take it further and said, although you have a 30 amp, you still remain an indigent in Drakenstein. But the national government talks about 20 amp. Your ANC. Your ANC. Your ANC. But this DA in Drakenstein said you can have 30 amp, we still see you as an indigent. But then you and fellow councillors, please go and talk to your ANC and said, The indigenous support policy made provision for the following benefits. 6 kiloliter free water every month. 85 electricity units, category A and B consumers, and 50 units, category C and D, every month plus basic charges, only up to 38 single phase prepaid or conventional electricity meters. Now again, refuse removal charges once a week for refuse bin, sewage charge levy for 1 toilet plus basic service for earth size up to 550 square meters every month. Assessment rates charge on valuation limited to 750,000 per earth. If you go and look in the whole of Western Cape, go and look to our municipalities, you will see actually that we are the municipality that gives much more if it comes to this category. This category. And you know what? I promise you, and you even can ask the CFO, that no indigenous people is affected with 750. They remain indigenous. Municipal rentals rebate. You know, the people you see outside is some people who are not in right, who have the criteria qualified you as an indigent. The only thing you must do, just lower yourself from 40 to 30. From 40 to 30. From 40 to 30. But each and every month you are blocked because you don't want to lower. Furthermore, the current vetting process to verify which registered indigent households qualify for the municipality's indigent subsidy will be done 6 monthly instead of annually to ensure that only verified vulnerable receive assistance. Online meter readings. Consumer can now log their water meter readings online on the municipal website. This initiative will assist with accuracy of billing. Sy sê hulle maak 'n fout met jou waterbil. Vat 'n foto en laai het. Fixing water leaks at indigent households. Indigent consumers who are struggling with water leaks. Listen, wyk raadslede moet nie net staan en mense opsweep om te pikketie. Luister na die waarheid. Indigent consumers who are struggling with water leaks that could lead to high bills and wastage of this precious resource can soon breathe a bit easier. The municipalities appointed a plumbing service to repair these leaks, to ensure that consumers' outstanding debt does not escalate and further and save more water. For the period, now listen us, for the period of June 21 to May 2022, listen, but we are saying nothing be done for the poor. A total of only 313 water leaks were registered. Rather go in your community and say, people, why struggling with high water bills? There is a service being rendered by the municipality. Just make a complaint and we do it for you as an indigent for free. A total of 313 water leaks were repaired at a total cost. Oh ja, maar by the way, sommige mense werk mos nooit. 300 water leaks were repaired at a total of cost approximately 720,000. 3 renewable energy. In April this year, Council resolved that tenders will be issued to a solicit proposal from independent power producers to generate and supply alternative energy to Drakenstein Municipality. The alternative energy will then improve the stability of electricity supply to our consumers. The municipality identified 5 potential alternative energy projects, which has a total of 135 megawatts supply, which can become part of the municipality's alternative energy supply and decrease the disruptive impact of the continued load shedding. Very ANC. The municipality also applied for grant funding to install solar panels in municipal buildings as an alternative energy supply. Drakenstein Municipality, being a secondary city, was identified by COCTA to participate in the IUDG program. Based on its excellent historical performance, hoor mooi, Moutie. Bombela krijgt 330 miljoen in die oudheidse mietbrands. Hij is net zo groot soos ons. Ons krijg maar net 30. Maar gaan kyk nou na Bombela. En vergelijken met Drakenstein. Dat is wel ja visie. Drakenstein Municipality, being a secondary city, was identified by COCTA to participate in the IUDG program based on its excellent historical performance and track record on municipal infrastructure grant MIG program. The IUDG allocation for 2022-2023 financial year is 62 million. Hoor mooi, as ons by die IUDG ingekom het, hoor mooi. On the old MIG program, die ANC sinne, the allocation would only have been 39 million. Nou kyk daar. Dankie dat ons in die IUDG is. New tariffs. Speaker want to provide council the assurance that robust internal and external financial discussions took place and benchmarking exercises with neighboring municipalities to ensure that we implement fair and affordable tariffs. Before I deal with tariffs, it is important to understand our proposed tariffs in the context of the normal and municipal inflation rates. Current, the normal inflation rate is 5.9%. And all projections point towards a possible increase of up to 8% by the end of this calendar year. Municipal inflation is affected by factors such as cost of electricity, fuel, material, equipment, etc. For example, the cost increase of electricity is 8.61%. Petrol and diesel increase respectively by 27.7%, very ANC, and 51.1%. The estimated municipal inflation rate is between 10 and 15. Against this background, and despite expected high normal and municipal inflation, the proposed tariff increase for the financial year 2022-2023 are as follows. Water and sanitation 6.9%. Refuse removal 7.5%. Property rights 0%. Electricity 7.1%. Right. Listen to the following, Moti. On the screen. Speaker, it is important to note, listen correctly. Speaker, it is important to note that the provincial treasury, after assessing our draft budget, was not in favor of the 0% increase in property rate. What are they saying? What are they saying? You know what they are saying? No. Moti. No, Moti. Moti, Weet jy, leer eire iets man, moenie net skree nie, leer iets. Ons twee sal, ek dink jy het van my hier gekry, ja, maar ons kom 'n lang pad, ek weet van wanneer ons kom leer slag. However, we believe that it is in the best interest of our ratepayers. In addition, the special rebate for retired persons has been lowered from 70 to 60 years of age, subject to a qualifying criteria. Eskom applied for electricity bills to be increased, remember this though? 20.5%. Yeah, Med said. Drakenstein and various other municipalities wrote to NERSA and Eskom to raise objections against this unaffordable increase. Ek wonder of Moutie 'n brief geskryf het. Against the unaffordable increase requested by Eskom. I am happy to report that we were successful and NERSA approved an increase of 8.61%. The municipality will therefore pay 8.61 more for electricity in the new financial year to offer further relief. To our ratepayers, we decide to increase electricity by 7.47%. Maar nou hoor, dankie vir die ander klap, maar nou hoor weer. This is still subject to NERSA's approval. Is net so goed as subject tot die ANC's approval. So ja, ons staan maar altyd. Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our ratepayers for honoring their commitments in paying their municipal accounts. The quality of service we render is only possible due to the cooperation of community in honoring their commitments. Wie sê ek wil vra, julle moet hulle hande klap. Die mense wat betaal, klap hande vir hulle man. Hulle help ons. In conclusion, Speaker, in conclusion, building on our successes over the past 5 years, the proposed final budget is pro-poor, supports economic and social development, and ensures financial sustainability. Drakenstein Vision 2032 and its strategic objectives are aligned to the national, provincial, and district strategic objectives and outcomes. The proposed final budget aligned with the IDP Spatial Development Framework and the Disaster Management Plan also tabled today is based on realistic revenue streams and is credible and sustainable as confirmed by the assessment report from provincial government. I would like to take this opportunity to thank once again the Deputy Executive Mayor, the MNCs, City Manager, CFO, Executive Directors, and all staff who played a role in compiling this budget. Speaker, with these remarks, I hand over to Deputy Mayor Alderman Gert Kombrink to table the 22-23 final budget. I thank you.